everybody. Welcome back to How I Cook. I'm Stephen and Frederick, and we have a guest again.
Yay!
Alice from Newtown, Pennsylvania. This is the third time Alice is appearing, and we're so happy to have her back. So today, we are cooking, but we're more hacking. I am not really a baker from scratch. As you remember, hopefully you remember, Alice baked from scratch and gave us that wonderful pound cake recipe. So if you've not watched it, please go back and watch it. It is fabulous.
And easy.
And easy. We're going to be using orange rolls from Pillsbury today. And then for a separate recipe, we're going to be using cinnamon rolls from Pillsbury. We're not just putting them on a sheet and baking them, because then that wouldn't be fair. We are going to hack them, zhuzh them, make them even better than they already are. So, can you open the tube? I love opening the tube.
I'll let you do it. I always fail.
Do you? Oh, here, right here. This is like the best part. That's why I was giving it to you to do.
I know, but when I do it, I fail. I can never get it to pop. I always think of my mother. It was very dramatic in our kitchen when my mother would do it.
Ready?
Just like that.
Fabulous.
I think she was getting all her frustration about my brother and me out with that whack.
So, we're taking the rolls out of the tube. But we're not breaking the icing.
Yeah, I just want that. Could I please?
This is going to be really good. We are going to take the whole roll and unroll it. We're not breaking them into individual rolls yet. Now, this recipe I found on the internet a while ago. I really like it. It was a Pillsbury Bake Off winner one year. The woman who did it did things from scratch. Well, she used these rolls. But we are going to add some cranberry sauce. This is whole berry cranberry sauce.
Can I just stir it up a little bit?
And you're going to put it on here.
Yeah.
The original recipe, she took cranberries, boiled them down, added sugar, added other stuff. You know I like the easy way. They've already made cranberry sauce with cranberries in it. So let's just use that.
So this seems to me like another one of those easy recipes that would be good to do with children. Just because it's the idea of spreading goopy stuff and there's not a lot of ingredients. Well, I assume there's not a lot.
No, there isn't. But it's also a recipe where
Is that enough?
Yeah, or put a little bit more. Where I think you'd impress your friends, your family.
Oh, yeah.
People love these orange rolls, but make them even better. People think you've been in the kitchen for hours. That is wonderful.
I think so.
So, I like nuts. This recipe has walnuts. I really like walnuts. So, I bought chopped walnuts. I looked in the supermarket and they have really, really fine, no, we're not going to do that. Finely broken up walnuts, but they're far more expensive. So why don't we put some chopped walnuts in here? We're going to put a lot because we need them for the next recipe as well.
I'm just going to dump the whole thing.
Go ahead. And we're going to make them smaller.
What do we use?
Much easier and much cheaper. Get the air out.
Yeah, you have to get the air in.
Or,
I do this too. I'm curious as to what your implement for crushing them is.
the implement is something easy. A can, whatever you want. Just crush them. Oh, why don't we use this can? You don't want to pulverize them, but you definitely want to get them smaller.
A little finer.
A little finer. You will still get the walnut flavor, but so easy. In the original recipe also, the woman toasted these on the stove. Yeah, you could do that. Does it add a different dimension of flavor? Yeah. But I think these are so delicious and will go down so quickly, nobody's going to notice.
As the lawyer of our group, do we have any obligation to kind of tell who the name of that person is?
I do not know. I really don't.
Okay.
It was so long ago that I looked this up on the internet and found it and have been making it. So go on the internet and you can look up the recipe, and this woman will get the credit that is due or not due.
The royalty?
His tens of viewers.
My tens of viewers, and I make no money from these. So Alice, if you would like to sprinkle this on.
I'd be delighted.
Don't be chintzy.
No. I have,
If you don't
I
like
want it to
walnuts,
be even.
can you use something else?
Pecans.
Yes, I've used pecans in the past. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes people use almonds. I'm not a huge almond fan. I like it, almond flavor, like marzipan, but I don't like almonds as a nut, in nut form.
So I'm also thinking, again, I know this is how you cook, but another thing I would consider is a little zhuzh of orange rind.
Maybe, but again, that seems like a lot of effort. And remember,
Effort schmeffert.
this isn't the right way. This isn't the way you should do it. This is how I cook.
It's his way. Or the highway, baby.
Do you want to roll it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, no.
I will roll it, trying to keep the nuts on the inside. Any nuts that fall out, we just eat them.
They're going in my pie hole.
So,
You're doing very well.
thank you. Not my first time at the rodeo.
I think because I loaded it properly so it wouldn't all fall off the edge. I didn't go quite to the edge. I need some credit. You know,
She's just saying.
I just need some credit every once in a while. It's been a hard
We're
life.
going to break these into individual. Whoop. And they're not going to be beautiful when we put them down. But the nice thing about this is when they bake up, all sins will be covered.
And if they don't, we have the icing to do that.
Correct. This is very much in the spirit of Julia Child. She always said, your guests don't see what happens in the kitchen. Don't worry about it. That is exactly what's happening here. They will not care. They will just see how beautiful they are and how tasty they are. Oh, there we go. Not really pretty. They're going to be gorgeous. We have
Thank you.
Thank you, love. We have an oven that's preheated 350 degrees. Because my hands are messy, I'm going to ask Alice to put them in the oven, and we will see you in about 10 minutes when we will check them. Okay, welcome back. So the orange cranberry rolls are in the oven, and we're going to start prepping the next item. This is using cinnamon rolls. It's a hack again. It's really delicious. It's really easy. And again, do you want to try this time?
Ooh! Yay me!
Yay you. We want to keep this as a roll as well.
Okay.
Oh, these rolls don't have a seam. So what are we going to do? We still want to put something on the inside. So we're going to take this and we're going to roll it out. So we are putting this on here so we can roll it like a rolling pin. We do have a rolling pin in this house, but we have a can of cooking spray. More close.
I'm going to
Closer.
take a minute to flip the orange
Okay.
rolls because
Excellent.
the time is with us. Oh.
I told you these were going to be beautiful.
No previews.
You heard her. No previews.
They look yummy and they smell heavenly.
So I think that's pretty good. It doesn't need to be too wide. So, we've rolled this out. And we have some whipped cream cheese. Whipped cream cheese is easier for this one because we're going to be spreading it out. If you just have regular cream cheese, let it warm up so that it's more pliable. This is a half container. We had bagels and cream cheese a while ago. We don't let anything go to waste in this house. So we're going to add to the cream cheese a little vanilla.
How much?
A little vanilla.
What looks pretty?
You look pretty.
You look pretty.
Good?
Which isn't a bad thing. Vanilla isn't a bad thing. When they say someone is a little too vanilla, as in plain, it's not the same as this.
You can use whatever. Oh no, you're not done working. Put it in here, and we're going to roll it.
Yes, sir. Good?
Is there some left?
Little
Yeah, and you can scrape some of that off and put it back in.
You
Cool.
think there's too much?
Well, we're going to be using it to help glaze it as well. So anything that doesn't go on the inside will be going on the outside mixed with the icing.
I'm also thinking about the rolling and the coming out of the side. So how's that? Good?
Beauteous. So,
More of these?
more chopped walnuts. Again, if you want to use another nut,
Almost.
you can use another nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Roll it, baby.
Uh-uh.
Roll it,
Uh-uh.
chicken.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Indeed I am.
So when you're rolling, it's easier to roll towards you than away from you. Instinctively, you're going to think, oh, I need to roll this away from myself. Don't. Roll it towards you. Seal it. It's actually a little too long. Can you spray the baking dish?
I shall.
Look at that.
I know. Amazing, huh?
And put it here. We're just going to let this sit and rest for a little while the orange rolls are baking.
Process.
Okay, so it's been a total of around 16 minutes. Took a little longer than anticipated. I haven't made it for a while, so I forgot. But Alice came up with a very good theory. What's your theory?
My theory is because of the cranberry in the center, it takes longer to bake.
And I think that is exactly is. But wait till you see how delicious they look.
Yeah. Ooey gooey yum.
Ow.
Yum yum.
So, what are we going to do now? We're just going to loosen them. It is Silpat and it shouldn't stick, but it's always good to loosen them while they're hot. And then when they cool down, they definitely won't stick. Okay. One more. If you could smell how great this house smells, we're not going to do anything with these right now. The temptation is to put the icing on immediately and throw them in your mouth. The icing will melt too much and it'll just run off. Will it be any less delicious? No. You can always like get it off your plate, but we're gonna act like we're not total
Pigs.
pigs and wait a little. In the interim, remember we have the cinnamon rolls, 350-degree oven. Also, we're putting this in that same oven for half an hour. All right, we will see you in about, let's say 5. We'll let these cool for 5 minutes. We'll come back, ice them, and then throw them in our pie holes. Okay, so it hasn't been 5 minutes. We can't wait that long.
No self-control.
None.
At all.
So Alice is going to put the orange icing on them.
That's what you think.
Go ahead.
I never feel there's enough icing in this container.
But there is.
No, not really. Who needs a little more? Your opinion, please. There's a little more in the... Maybe your mouth
No.
needs more. Where? There's still a little.
Mm. Okay. I think we're good.
Would you like to lick the spoon?
I would not.
Are you certain?
I am certain
Do you think the crew might like to lick the spoon?
the crew would not.
Okay. Well then, we gotta use it. If nobody's licking the spoon. I'm used to baking with children in the house, and so somebody always wants the spoon and the bowl.
What is there left to do? Shall we try one?
Sure.
Which one?
That one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, can we split one to begin with
sure.
for camera reasons?
Sure.
Here, you take this.
Okay.
That's very hot. The heat is coming through.
I'm not worried about that.
Mm,
Oh, that's good.
so good. Orange, cranberry, the pastry. You're really gonna love this.
Yeah, that's good.
So, we'll see you back in about between 20 and 25 minutes, and we'll check out the cinnamon rolls. All right, welcome back. It's been around a half an hour. Let's check to see how the cinnamon rolls are doing. How do they look?
They look toasty brown, like they're supposed to.
Yes, look at them. Are they done? No. The outside is brown, but remember, it's basically raw dough, and the inside needs to cook more. We don't want this to brown really much more. So we're taking aluminum foil, silver foil, whatever you call it, and putting it over the top. Luckily I have asbestos hands because that's pretty hot. We are now going to put it back in the oven for around 10 minutes. It will cook the inside so that when we cut into it, we don't have a beautiful exterior and raw dough. Unlike cookie dough, this kind of dough raw isn't that great. Okay, so welcome back. It's been around 10 minutes, and we're going to take the cinnamon roll out of the oven. Oof, warm.
Oh.
Is that beautiful? Now, is it the most elegant shape? No. Is it going to be delicious? Yes.
I think yes.
So we want to try and see if it's fully cooked. Normally you just put this through and take it out. Oh, it came out clean. I was afraid that the cream cheese might stick to it and we would think, hey, it's not done. But I think it really is done. Okay, this should sit for a few minutes. I'm going to turn it out onto a wire rack. While I get the wire rack, I'm going to ask Alice to finish the topping. To remind, we had the leftover cream cheese. We added lots of vanilla. And this is the normal icing that comes with the cinnamon rolls. We're going to mix these together. And then that will make...
Cream cheese icing.
Yes.
Oh, what a great hack.
So Alice will do that while I find a cooling rack. So I actually have 2 cooling racks here. One here, one that I'm going to be putting underneath the cinnamon roll. Hopefully it comes out. And it hasn't. This stuff always happens. Again, we're in the kitchen. Nobody knows. It's now. Look at how delicious that is. You could see some of the inside, but it has not run all over. So, what are we going to do? The reason we have 2 cooling racks is you then take it off this one and put it on the cooling rack. We're just going to wait a few minutes and then we'll ice it. Good way to start. Well, welcome back. It's actually been around 10 minutes. It took a little bit longer to cool. It's not totally cool. Just like it took a little longer to cook, it takes a little longer to cool. I'm going to move it off the wire rack onto a plate because it is still warm and the icing, there's a crack in there, that's great. The icing will get in there. Will run a little. So Alice will now ice the cinnamon loaf. Melting a little, but not totally. So, we're nicely iced, and we have leftover walnuts. We don't have to use them all, but let's just put some walnuts on here as well. And there you have it. So we're not going to taste this right now, but trust me, this isn't my first time at the rodeo. It's quite delicious. I want to thank Alice for coming down again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's always wonderful to have her here. And if any of you want to have a guest shot, come on down. Our doors are always open. So hope you enjoy the orange rolls, the cinnamon loaf, and this episode of How I Cook. Take care.
Bye-bye.